We have officially reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys all who have been on the journey with me so much. This is such an unreal achievement. I cannot believe I started my channel less than a year ago. I'm already at 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate everyone's been along with the journey. It's been such a great roller coaster of the bad and the good, and recently we've been such on a tear of growth and just it's unreal to think about. So I just want to say everyone who subscribed and everyone who doesn't even subscribe, thank you guys very much for having attention with my videos. I really do appreciate it. And for my 1K subscriber special, so for this video, I'm going to be doing a fun video because the funny videos, it's a 1K subscriber special. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this. So we're bringing back a thing that we did last week of, would you let these players date your daughter? The last time we did NBA players, now we're going to be doing NFL quarterbacks, and I'm telling you guys if I would let them date my daughter. A little bit of fun for my 1K subscriber schedule. Before we get the video, please sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel because we are officially on the road to 2K. Let's get there right away. A little rhyme there. Did not say I could do that. So, let's get straight into it. The first player, would I let Josh Allen date my daughter? Yes. Seems like a cool dude. Seems like a very, very nice guy. I mean, of course, I haven't met any of these quarterbacks, so I don't know how to rate them based on when seeing them on the screen versus in person, because I've never seen them in person. But from everything that I've heard, Josh Allen seems like a great guy. I would absolutely let Josh Allen date my daughter. Next would be Baker Mayfield. No. He's better at making commercials than he is at playing football, but he's not he doesn't give me good vibes. He doesn't give me those vibes. Seems like he's always not being the greatest quarterback, always leaving. I feel like, you know what it is? He's always rejoining and leaving different teams. I feel like eventually my daughter's just not gonna fuel up. Like my daughter's gonna have to keep moving with him, and that's gonna put my daughter in a bunch of stress. Cannot let that happen. No. Next would be Joe Burrow. Absolutely yes. One of the nicest players in the NFL. I really like him a lot. Again, I think the young players have a little bit better of a chance of being yes because they probably have a nicer attitude and they're probably more of an age toward my daughter, so more of an age range. So I would absolutely let Joe Burrow date my daughter. Next up, we have Bryce Young. I'll say maybe. He's a little bit short, so that's the one thing is like, okay, what about if my daughter's taller than him? That's kind of embarrassing. But I don't really know much about the guy, honestly. I never got to watch him play at all, except for in college. So I'll put maybe for Bryce Young because I don't mind him. He's just nothing special. Next up, we have Derek Carr. Derek Carr, have you seen every single like shot of Derek Carr for a photo? It always looks like a mugshot when he's staring straight into. He just looks like a criminal. He does not look like I would ever want to associate with him at the dinner table. I don't want to see his face ever. Derek Carr, great quarterback, but man, he scares me. I'm not going to lie to you. Next up, we have Trevor Lawrence. Yes, I mean the hair's a little bit interesting, but again, a nice young guy, and I really like his potential in the NFL. So why would I not like his potential with my girlfriend? I'll put him in yes. Next, we have Ryan Tannehill. I would say maybe. I feel like he's quite awkward. I feel like he wouldn't want to speak to my daughter, but also my daughter would probably be an extrovert because I'm an extrovert. So even if Ryan's an introvert, it would kind of mix and match. So I'll put him in maybe. Next up, we have Dak. Probably maybe. Like, he does get injured a lot, which means he's probably more focused on rehab than he is about my daughter. But also, he seems pretty chill. He seems pretty nice. So I would say probably yes, but I'm not going to put him in full yes. Next, we have Daniel Jones. No. Daniel Jones, first of all, he's super awkward. And second of all, he's probably going to be tripping all over the house. I'm going to see him at the dinner table. He's going to trip, and then he's going to fall into the pie at the end of the dinner. He's going to mess up everything that he does to take my daughter. He's going to be like, oh yeah, you want to go get Starbucks? He's going to give her the drink. He's going to spill it on her clothes. So no, I don't want to associate with that when he's going to trip all the time. Next week, Justin Fields, maybe. He's quite young, which is the benefit, but he does give me some weird vibes. He doesn't give me the vibes where I want to let him date my daughter. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe I think he's a little bit cocky based on what I see, and I don't know. He seems very inconsistent in football. So what does that mean that he's not going to be inconsistent with my daughter? Next to be Geno Smith, no. I've seen him what he does. I mean, there's some accusations of him in college and punching his own teammates in the locker room. Do not want to associate with that at all. Seems like a bad person. Next we have Jared Goff. Yes, absolutely. This dude is the nicest human being ever. Oh my god, he's so funny. And with Dan Campbell, those two pair so well together. I'm always a big Jared Goff fan. Absolutely, I would let him date my daughter. Next up, we have Justin Herbert. I'm gonna put maybe. He's a little bit quiet, which is the reason why I'm not gonna put him in yes. But I mean, he seems like a pretty chill guy. Another young guy like that. Like I don't mind. I don't mind it. Like he seems pretty chill. He seems pretty nice. But I just think he's a little bit too quiet for me to put him in yes. Next up, we have C.J. Stroud. Again, don't know much about him. I'm gonna put him in maybe. Probably a bit of a higher chance than Bryce because he's a bit taller. But also, I don't know how to rate him because I haven't really seen him play a professional game. Next up, we have Tua. No, he just gives me a weird vibe. Like he's always injured, which is always a big problem. I don't want to see a person if they're gonna be like on my couch when they visit me, and he's always gonna be injured, and he's never gonna be able to do stuff with my daughter. Then why would I want him to date my daughter? Next, we have Sam Howell. I'm gonna say no because I literally know nothing about him. I don't trust him at all. Honestly, his beard he gives me kind of creepy vibes. I'm not gonna lie to you with Sam Howell. He just looks like a guy that you'll never know anything about. You'll never know what his childhood was like until you're like 10 years into the relationship. Next week, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I would let him. Seems like a pretty chill dude. Again, you can see my theme. The young quarterbacks are going to have a better chance because they're around the age range that I would let my daughter date. So, yeah, Jalen Hurts, super nice, super chill. Yes. Next week, Deshaun Watson. Do I even need to talk about this, or do you guys know where I'm putting this in? Absolutely not. We've seen what Deshaun Watson has done to women. We've seen what he has done to people. It is not a good sight to see. Absolutely not. Next up, we have Jimmy G. I'm gonna say maybe. He's a little bit too old, but he seems pretty nice. But he also has had some history with women and stuff like that. So I don't know if I want to let him. No, I'm actually gonna say no. I feel like he's had a bit of a weird past, and I don't really want to. He's also really old, so I'm gonna say no. Next week, Kirk Cousins. I know he's old, but I'm still gonna say maybe. Cause actually, I'm still gonna say yes. I don't care about the oldness. Kirk Cousins, from what I've heard, is one of the most nicest players in the NFL, and just gives me really, really good vibes. Again, a little bit awkward, but seems pretty chill. I'll say yes. Next week, Kyler Murray, maybe. I mean, no, he's too short. I'm sorry. Same thing with Bryce, but even shorter. My daughter's going to be taller than Kyler Murray, so why would I want my daughter to date Kyler Murray? That's just a big red flag. Next up, we have Matthew Stafford. He's middle aged, seems pretty chill. I'll put him in maybe. Don't know really much about him. I feel like he doesn't really speak that much, but he seems like he's pretty chill. He's pretty nice. So I'll put him maybe. Next with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson gives some weird vibes. I'm gonna put him in maybe, but I feel like he's quite cocky. I feel like he's not the vibe that I want with my daughter. So I'd say probably no, but I'll put him in maybe. Give him some respect still because I don't really know anything bad about him. Next week, Jordan Love. I don't care. No. Seems super indifferent to me. I don't really care about him at all. Just seems like a complainer, honestly. Seems like the guy that's a super picky eater. That's the kind of vibe I get from Jordan Love, and I don't really want to see that. Next, we have Mac Jones. He's respectively a little bit too overweight for my daughter. I think if he can work on getting the chubbiness down, he can definitely date my daughter. But right now, all these other quarterbacks are in much fitter shape. No. Next week, Patrick Mahomes. No. First of all, he's gonna talk like a frog, and I just don't want to really hear his voice. His voice is super annoying, and his family, like his wife, has had some weird stuff. His brother is in prison or was in prison. Yeah, it seems like that family's got all trouble with them, and honestly, he's quite cocky, and I don't think anybody likes him. I mean, obviously, as an athlete, as an NFL player, he's the best in the game for quarterbacks, but I still can't let that happen with my daughter. Next, we have Kenny Pickett. I'll say maybe again, just not giving me some super yes vibes. He seems fine. He seems like he's insanely rich, and he's using the richness against him. Like I feel like he's a guy that's like super rich and brags about it all the time. So I'll put him maybe. Next will be a Brock Purdy. Like I don't want to put my Niners biased into it, but he seems like I'm gonna say yes. Like he's had a really good story being the worst pick in the draft. He's faced a lot of adversity. I thought that would be a good message to my daughter. And he also seems like pretty chill. I've never seen a non-smile on his face. I'd say yes. Next up we have Aaron Rodgers. No. He's gonna hide in the basement for 2 weeks before my daughter even gets to see him again. He's also the age of a dinosaur. Absolutely not. Next up, we have Desmond Ritter. I'm putting Desmond Ritter into yes. I think he gives me good vibes. I think he's pretty chill. Can't rate him too highly because I don't really know much about him, but I'll put him in yes because he seems pretty nice. And last but not least, because all these other quarterbacks don't really count because they're not starting, I'm only ranking the starting quarterbacks. We have Russell Wilson. No, I don't really like that. I feel like there's too many celebrities in his family where I don't really want my daughter to associate with him. Also, he's a little old, but he seems nice, but like, I don't get the right vibes with Russell Wilson, so I'm going to say no personally. And that's me ranking every NFL starting quarterback if I would let them date my daughter. And I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 2K. Again, thank you guys so much for getting me to 1K. It's so special for me. I looked at it in the morning. I was so shocked. I was so happy. So thank you guys all. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!